Greetings everyone, my name is Outerville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. In this weekly morning live stream, I'll be doing the usual, covering a combination of both Veersmith levels and some other levels I found online for about the next 2 hours, and then afterwards showcase some art. And between all of this, I'll be discussing various gaming and channel related topics. So welcome to stream Jedok, Sunflora, Raccoon, Mike Gaming, Sea Salts, Jedok, and the patio. Sorry Salty, you're 5th up this time. If you want to say first, you have to do it one hour before the stream starts, probably. Even technically when the stream started, Raccoon was the first. So let us begin with this stage, Atari Freeway by Neo Cutman, 51 plays and a score 27. So here's the schedule for this weekend. No more streams for today other than the current one. Oh, that's like Frogger. Wish. So, tomorrow morning will be Demon Tides, which I've been meaning to stream for a while, and I will be getting back to the game that way. And then, Wednesday morning, which is April Fool's, as I've long alluded to, and directly stated, Squirrel with a Gun. I don't know if that's going to be a full playthrough or not, but at the very least I'm going to be streaming at least 2 hours of it. The Atomic Chickens, that could be fun. That seemed... It was a long story how I got that game, but you don't need to hear it. It's like Frogger, I just need to time it, that's all. And this stage is really succinct, it's somewhat succinct to the point, so can't really complain. There we go. I probably could have rushed forward and it also fixed the problem. Beep beep. Well, I know it has basic graphics, and the mechanic itself was fairly straightforward, but it didn't overstay its welcome. It was like, what, if I did ride 20-30 seconds? Oh boy. Second up is Mega Man and the Supernatural 4, Wily Haunted Castle 4 by La Patio. 54 plays, score 27. Note that I'm skipping past 3 as I didn't send it, as I said it's brutally hard. This would have been covered last week, La Patio, but I ran out of time, so this week it'll be covered earlier. It was supposed to be covered at the tail end, but, you know, time. If I didn't have that extra long exploration stage, it would have been done. In addition, and after Squirrel with a Gun, there are a lot of other exciting games coming up. Like, I do want to cover several of the, or most of the birthday game requests or guaranteed game requests from last year, which I wasn't able to get to. Whoa, that was a quick fly. One such example is Sonic Rush. Because I haven't really played that era of Portable Sonic. Fine. Welp. Alright, see you, Buster. Oh gosh. I don't know if I call this jank. It's very particular is what I'm saying. This is a fortress stage. I'll use every single tool in my arsenal. Yeah, I don't even think about doing this stage with roll, let alone Mega Man or Proto Man without the double jump or dash. Hey, this can be done without the double jump, but without dash, this can be done without the double jump, but without dashing is I don't want to think about that. No surprise spike down here, thank goodness. Boss rematches, let me guess. You know, actually, this may be a time for roll. Hit deadly. Yeah, that's roll time. I could use weaknesses, but it's more fun to just use roll. I know I didn't actually pick up her charge broom, but I can still manage. Oh yeah. What could it be here? Oh, acid. Yeah, that terrain is one of the ones where roll isn't as suitable. Oh, this is good. Got it. I remember this fight from the past. I think with base the strategy was stay in the bottom, or keep him on the top as much as possible. Oh no, this fight. This was miserable. I'll come back to this in a moment. Tengu with ice. Ow. Slipped off. I think this is the time where I want to switch back to base. I don't remember you, actually. There you are, Key. Oh my... No, I got donutted. I guess my best shot is the boss... Oh wait, this is the wrong one again. Ow. Take a guaranteed hit. Love. From the top, I can do that one. There, I don't need, at least I don't need to deal with those. What were you weak to? I suppose this makes sense. After all, it does counter his brake. It does counter his motorcycling. I have 68 tanks and I'm gonna use them. Oh god. Well, that's one way to just shoot over the shield. I can jump over that gyre as a teleport transition. I was trying to move there, but it wasn't letting me. Well, I guess I could just... I only tried moving. I didn't try jumping, I think. Up and at him. Brought to you by the letter E. Okay, special weapons, definitely. Obviously, they're going first. I don't want to get donutted again. Okay. Oh, shoot. Up in the air. It immediately pops the bubbles, so... Not quite it either. Okay. Barrel shot? Hello, I'm trying to... Okay. Okay, I guess there's no weakness then. That I can really realistically achieve. So, I'm gonna take you down first. Okay. Acid barrier showing how awesome it is in this game. Metal Blade's weakness for all of them? Okay. I would say acid works better against burst because it can just delete the projectiles. Okay, a lot of these didn't treat mainly because it's mostly just a boss rematch. So yeah. Fair enough. I always found Lapatia's boss rooms to be more... because I try distinguishing themselves with the base stage mechanics, they tend to be more memorable. I'm gonna wait until Jin shows up because I would like to discuss a few things in regards to releases. But one thing's for certain I wanted to discuss. Earlier this week, Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection got fully released. And judging from the initial impressions, it's pretty good. And it's a source port too, apparently. So, my plan for how I'm gonna play through Star Force is as such. For my first title, I'm gonna do the Star Force ROM hack that fuses the 3 versions together. But for 2 and 3, I'll use the Legacy Collection. That's fair. Yeah, Star Force. Basically, for 1, I'm gonna still do DX, and then for 2 and 3, I'll use the Legacy Collection. The Legacy Collection of 1 is good, it's just that, the additions for that are significant enough to the point where, I say it's a straight-up improvement over the original. Alright, number 3 up is Dr. Y's Painful New Enemy Gauntlet of Fun, Practice Mode, by Nuclear Stomp. 13 plays and a score of 2. And even though I play a Battle Network... Okay. Oh, this time we're playing as Roll. That's different. And even though I play through all of the 6 mainline Battle Network games, I am not going to play Star Force DX on hard mode. I'm going to start with normal. Let me in. The very nature of being forced to swap to a character who's melee locked does change how I have to go through this. quite a bit. Now, enemy encounters that would have been usually not too difficult have suddenly turned into more of a insurmountable challenge. Ah yes, Star Force 2, the Battle Network 4 of the plot. Or let me phrase it, the Battle Network 4 of the Star Force games, although not as bad as Battle Network 4. Ah, hey Bubbles. Squish. Yeah, thank goodness I don't have dodge roll. I didn't see the bubble in time. That's a good question, Sunflora. He was deleted, so, I mean, in Battle Network, deleted navies, especially... Wait, don't... I need to double check the mechanics of the internet. Don't only evil deleted navies go there? And programs? Oh. Okay. Not actually that bad, to be honest. It doesn't matter if it's an accident or not, Genok. We definitely find his Navi ghost in some way, but I'm not sure if he'd end up in the other net. Slipped off. Hey, Religon. Oh boy. Gotcha. I never really fully paid attention to the mythology of how the internet works. But basically, at its base core, it's the dark web. And that's what it is. Now, we may, if the Digital Circus is ever connected to the internet, we may see Kane's Navi ghost somewhere, probably in some carnivals or circuses. Okay, I made it past, this time not due to my incompetence. Ladder, come on. Yeah, surprising. No. Yeah, surprising there's no even net police. There's some net authority, but they're only for larger scale threats. Otherwise, it's kind of like the Wild Wild West. The digital Wild Wild West. That's how viruses faster and get stronger. And that's how in Mega Man Battle Network 6, the closest thing to the net police in AC/DC areas is Lan and Mega Man. And because they left, well, viruses became much stronger in their absence. It's kind of funny. I will, Buster. It's 5th up. Oh, shoot. I see the problem. I see another problem. I see another problem. Lol. Huh? Okay. Toadman! Oh no. Okay, jumping is a no-go. I need to time it right. Well, I have to jump though and tap. Hello? I interrupted my broom a bit too early. I don't understand what you're saying about Monica, Jedok. You may need to rephrase that. But yeah, let's not mix together the games that much. I know we're crossing over things. Once they get to crossing over a lot of things at the same time, it gets confusing. Well, just enough in this Ivui. If I were to treat this seriously in Battle Network, we'd probably see his Navi go somewhere. Why does BN5's on our network again? Ah, left. Slam dunk. I thought you were gonna come out a second earlier. There you go. This time with less misreading. Dancing, Harry. Which allegedly has Navi ghosts in the form of blue flames that haunt you and give you bugs, but only for one scenario. I was hoping I could do something funny. Instead, the joke is on me. No comment. Well, at least the Harry's stuck over there. I do wish that it had less square hitboxes with that. Eep! Bubble. This is a no broom zone. Got it. Although I could do it the broom, it's a lot riskier. Hey, Bomb. I will say that this is a lot better balanced compared to the previous enemy gauntlet of Pain Fun. There wasn't one boss fight which was significantly harder than the rest. Oh, we made it. Hey, quick man. Oh gosh. The light on the flame shooter is unrelated to when it shoots flames, even though I thought it was lockstep. Cool. Insert Doctor Who clip. What is logic? I need to be more preemptive with Quick Man. That's what I was worried about. Oh. The problem is, yeah, delays between throwing that. And that kind of messes with me. I hate to say it, but this is one of the boss fights where I'd really like having the dodge roll. Game, I'm trying to jump. And it's semi-randomized how many times he's gonna jump before he decides to throw the boomerangs. I can manage it during the first phase. The problem is when I have to get the... when I have to lure the gyrocopter blades up to him. That's where it becomes a problem. I wish it was much more strict on this, or I got a little bit more health. Sometimes he fails to shoot them. It feels more like, regardless of whether he fails or not, it's basically random between how long he does between the two. And the fact that I have basically only 2 hits, well, it results in this problem. Okay. That's what it is. If only there was a way you could force the game to do it. Okay, let's try someone else. All these are gonna be very brutal, aren't they? You know, except him, actually. Hilariously enough. Oh gosh. I have fought Napalm Mime enough. This is the easiest of the bunch. There are so many funny ways you can exploit this fight with roll that, well, yeah, this is by far the easiest. Oh my gosh. The problem with this fight is the rain, and this is Ringman, so getting close is dangerous too at the same time. And of course, conic damage is excessive, because why wouldn't it be? Should have rolled. I never understand how far Ringman is gonna decide to go. Like, when he decides to make the initiation. It just seems like it's semi-randomized and always... Not semi-randomized, he always picks just as far as I'm gonna go, which really ends up hampering Roll more than anybody else. And she gets one shot by his collision damage too. Oh cool, I was lucky this time. I don't know why. I feel like I have to cross a boundary when jumping over him and that activates it. Oh my gosh, I got lucky there. If I understand what you're saying, Jedok, they somehow extended the bosses from being easy to hard to being extremely painful. I'm not gonna bother fighting Quickman again, this is too much of an awkward setup. Luckily they gave us two options, and of the 3 boss fights it went like easy, medium, hard. Hello my newbie. I will say that there was no boss fights here that were like excessively harder than the rest. See what happened with Top Man the last time. I'm out of here. And yes, I know that last account with Bobble and Quickman is very difficult, hardest fight of this level. You can technically skip it. It's kind of laughable seeing the difference between him and the fight against Napalm Man because of how much you can manipulate his AI, the ladders. You won't have full health for the real deal, Jedok. That I don't think is correct. Regardless, we'll find out later. Alright, 4-Up is 2026 by Neo Cutman. 191 plays and a score of 92. This was submitted on the first day of the year. And it's obvious what it is. Happy New Year! 2 months late, but... Almost 3 months late, but eh. I'll be generous. Alrighty then. 5th up is Mega Man Devil Takeover Rain Man by Buster. Wait, why was this? Okay, I picked the wrong setting. Let's play my level. I wish there was a way. I wish these menus were centralized a bit, so if you go to that one, there's still an option to play. Quality of life and such. Alright, for real this time. Fifth up is Mega Man Devil Takeover Rain Man by Buster. This is part of the series of levels they were making a while back, so I'm curious to see how this one fares. Visuals, of course, are going to be absolutely basic. Making it rain indeed. A little bit more of an advanced encounter without becoming too difficult. This is one way to change up an Iceman encounter to force you to dodge more barrages of bubbles. Wait, the spawn point's wrong? Oh no, oh shoot, I see the problem. You put this here for testing and forgot to move it back. Hang on, I'm fixing that. I was wondering why you just send me a boss fight. Oh, right, here's the rest of the freaking stage. Here? Okay. Alright, let's start the stage for real this time. Really real. Instead of skipping directly to the boss fight. As I was saying... Ouch. Let's start the stage for really real this time, instead of getting directly teleported to the boss fight. Visuals are still gonna be basic. That's why we're going with the right now mimetic Cutman tile set. How long has it been since Digital Circus? Well, it's been over a week since Friday. So, I'm just gonna call it. Feel free to discuss it here. Discussions have been everywhere across the internet to the point where I'm saying, I'm gonna call it now. If you haven't seen the episode by now, please leave the stream, come back, or don't pay attention to chat. Alright, you've been warned. What do you want to discuss about it? I already had 2 long discussions on other servers. One with my friends and one with more strangers. When I say 2 discussions, I mean one where I actively participated and the other where I lurked. I want to clarify myself. Ouch. And thank you for that, Sunflora. Are they supposed to teleport in like that? Whoa. Eep. This is like those sections with the grabbers, except this time without the grabbers, and instead forcing me forwards with the falling blocks and rain. And it was telegraphed here thanks to the line in this safer section. And this second safer section, although with the screen transition. No. It's like they start from the... Wait, hang on a moment. Do you see where they spawn from? They spawn immediately from the top of the line, not from the bottom. Oh, wait, this one spawns from the bottom. These two. Ouch. Facing the spikes. I have to check the level editor for this. I'm curious. Does it have to do with where you place the spawn point? Could have made it. It depends if the screen below exists or if instead a pit. Curious. Peculiar. Oh my, if I waited just a few more frames. Sorry, I already decided what game I'm playing for April 1st. As much as Super Mega Man 3 would also be a funny addition, you know what? How about this? For the Sunday following the April 1st, I'll cover Super Mega Man 3. But for April Fools, it's obvious what game I'm going to be covering already. No. Sorry, unless my computer can't support it, Squirrel with a Gun is slotted in for April Fools, and that will not be changed. But Super Mega Man 3 for the following Sunday, sure. I've done Super Mega Man 2 what feels like millennia ago, or decades ago really. Let's finally do its wacky sequel. Trickiest section of the stage due to that last part, but it is an escalation from what he's seen before. And, yeah, something for intermediate skill players, although the last part would be a bit tricky. Honestly, yeah, that last deal was kind of a uh-oh moment, because you're rushing forwards like that. Depending on how fast you notice the seal and how far you go, you may have a split second to a few seconds to deal with it. GG. Oh, where's the boss fight? Well, I guess it's not connected yet. But we did fight the boss already, so, we're fine. Ah, so different boss variants. and test for these. So let's see, where are these placed? Ah, they're placed in the same spot. Okay, so it does depend on whether the screen below them exists or not. This is why this level was unfinished. The way it is right now, I would say it's a solid, decent, competent level. I would say it needs more pizzazz with the aesthetics, but we already went over it. In terms of the gimmicks, it's focusing more on the basic set of gimmicks like the crash lifts, gyro blocks, and, well, the least basic gimmicks, the wind. I would like to see a little bit more pizzazz with how the wind's used, but at the same time, I understand if you do so, it'll push it out of its target difficulty of intermediate, skilled, or whatever. For what it's worth, I would give it a thumbs up. Alright, be right back in a moment. Okay, I'm back. Alright, sixth up is Wily Armor Block Base by Jinox74, 47 play, score 20. On other game-related news, last week, or on, I believe, Thursday or Friday, Bomb released. The Bomberman 64 / Bomberman Hero related game, based game, so that is on my to-play list, which I'll eventually cover, probably in a year or two. Maybe sooner, maybe later. There are just so many indie games and games in general to cover. That's why my basic backlog's over 500 to 1,000 games strong, depending on how you look at it. I do need to switch my priority list. I do need to prioritize things there, of course. But hey, at least I got to add one of the GOATs on my list. I mean, that's how, for example, I was able to, thanks to Silksong getting surprise announced, formally released, I was able to play the OG Hollow Knight and beat it. Well, not surprise announcement, more like surprise, hey, the game's releasing in this time. Welcome to stream, T5Z. Are the developers making a Mega World Maker? Perhaps. I would like to see something like that. Oh. Here comes the shooting gallery. Whoops, should have dashed. Alright, speedrunning time. Whoops. You don't need to retract your statements, T5Z. For everyone else watching, no, I'm purposely ignoring what Sylveon's saying. How much do I know about Star Force? I know the general gameplay loop, at least for the first game, as well as how the story for Star Force 1 is, surprising enough, one of the best ones I've seen in the Mega Man franchise. Like, I'd rather play Star Force. I haven't really fully played it, but from what I've seen, I'd rather play Star Force 1 than probably half of the Battle Network mainline games. Hey, I like the X7's music. That's actually one of the only halfway decent things about the game, or good. Like, the only Star Wars game that I've been, that's iffy is 2. I know that from, but it's different from it's different from Battle Network 4 because its flaws are a lot more easily counterable. And there's so much stupid stuff you can pull off in that game that it kind of makes up for that. Also, I'll be playing on Legacy Collection, which will... Also, I'll eventually be playing that in the Legacy Collection, which will fix the exorbitant encounter rate. That was bad. 3, meanwhile, is the best Star Force game, period. But that's all I know about that game, unfortunately. I mostly know about 1, I know how infamous 2 is, and 3 is, all I know is the best one. Well, more than just that, Buster, but we'll get to that. You can get really powerful really early on by using the extra codes or what have you. You know, the ones they gave to the walkthrough, official designated Capcom walkthrough guides. The ones you could buy at the store or rent. The ones you could buy in a store. And get powerful really early on. I remember those days. But yeah, spamming Evolve Guy also works. Whatever that is again. Oh yes, it rips the game, but you can make it you can rip it even harder. And depending on how much I like or dislike the game, that'll determine how much I'm gonna use to blow up the game. Also, Star Force 2 goes back to where Navis have 5 different versions. I think it goes regular, SP... Oh, I think it goes regular, EX, SP, IF, and then DX. No idea what IF stands for. Hello, Easy Button. Nice to see you again. IF equals evil. Sure. I am not doubting you, Buster. I'm just This is Battle Network / Star Force. There's plenty of actually very weird things bizarre things the games have done. For story and social game reasons, so I'm taking it. I'm curious, I'm looking it up right now. I guess that means what if? Oh, I see it now. They're called IF due to spoiler. Now I remember what the spoiler part of Star Force 2 is. I remember seeing that, hearing about that earlier. Like, I totally locked that away in a different part of my mind, Alice. What is the worst thing that Star Force 2 does, Buster? Is it anything worse than the Battle Network 4 where you can end up being forced to play through the game more than 3 times to 100% it? I'm not gonna say what it stands for. It's, you'll find out. I mean, yeah. I don't recommend anyone, unless they really want to, I don't recommend 100%ing Battle Network 4 anyways. It's one of the weakest of the series, and yeah. Oh, the final area of SF2 is awful, but you also have to walk there for a very long time and you can't jack out anywhere. Wait! What? Say no more, Buster. I didn't make the connection until you told me that. But now that I think about it, it actually makes a lot of sense. Oh my gosh. And here I thought bringing back Ramoon for spoiler wasn't already done. Okay, let's resume playing Mega Man Maker. And I'll get back to my Star Force discussion. Well, good thing we have save states now. Alright, 7th up is Connect Tower by Sunflower Azumarill, with 48 plays and a score of 7. Sylv, how would that not be a thing in Star Force? That existed in Battle Network. And honestly, not existing in Star Force would raise more questions. Anyways, it's roll time. Oh, don't worry, Buster. In most Battle Network games, I stock up on HP Restore items anyways, before the final dungeon. Just in case. Huh? Gotcha. I'm afraid to jump. Okay. Okay. No comment. I was a bit afraid to move there. It's like one of those Wile E. Coyote skits. But yeah, with the success of the Star Force Legacy Collection, that leaves only one last major game series to receive a collection. MRD. Is that the name of the... Is that the name of the ISP here? MRD stands for Mobile Augmented Reality Device, which a tower helps regulate. Oh no. Sure, why not? Save that for later, Buster. It'll be funnier if I experience that myself. To BH, the MRD wouldn't be out of place with something like Battle Network. I mean, 6 had the freaking judge tree, which, if you read how it was made or constructed, it seems like... What? When I get to 6, I'll discuss that because, oh my gosh, I didn't really think about it much when I first played the game, but looking back, oh my gosh. I mean, yes, there are in Battle Network. I don't know in Legends, but definitely in Battle Network. It's very important to the plot, as a matter of fact. Yeah, final boss of BN3 are basically Yellow Devils. And then we have the Alpha Viruses, which are basically Devilites. Or Petite Devils. I'm not going for that. I haven't played Legends 2, I will do that. So I'll take your word for it for the ice dungeon. Due to how the lasers are timed, you can end up with a scenario where you'll be forced to take a hit. Okay. Ow. Not in that way, though. Hey, I would like to get up here, thank you. No, get me back up. What do you have for me, Eddie? Thanks. I was able to manage the Ring Man, but Quick Man plus Bubble Man caused a problem. I was able to deal with Bubble Man fine, but Quick Man, due to the weapon he gave me, ended up being more of a problem. Well, Tango. Yeah, I deserve that. And yes, and for the funnies, I'll be playing Network Transition either after 2 or in between 1 and 2. Oops, not again. Patiently waiting. Wait, oh my gosh, I just realized the main stage gimmick of the stage is that the blocks switch every time I jump. And here I thought it was randomized. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. That's why this weapon's so useful, because it prevents them from switching. I feel like such a fool here. In between 1 and 2 because that's when it happens. Ignore that it has a PAT model from Tree. Yeah, it has also some weird design decisions, but we'll think about that. Depending on when I stream it, you may or may not be able to call. I may get help from someone else though. Well, I guess I'm not getting that weapon. Ouch. No! Okay, you switched. Lemon. Lemon. One of the times where the increased damage actually works out in my favor. Thought I could squeeze in a few more frames, but the frames were squeezed out of me. Don't think about it too hard. No comment. Hey Pixel Spark, welcome to the stream. Glad you can make it. Just covering some maker levels if you're submitted. Too far. Alright, let's be a little bit more on with that. Yeah, wouldn't it be the MARD then? The way this is right now, it stands for Mobile Reality Device, which will still work. I'm doing it the wrong way. I'm okay with discussing those things, but for not here, please. Okay. Next strategy, don't rush, just wait. I clearly can't make it across there without doing that. Okay, wait here. There! See, only took 8 deaths, but I figured it out. Wait up. Can I exploit this? Come on. Thank you. How much stuff am I missing out on? It's like weapon capsule relay. How about no, Sylv? And there's an important question. Why are we even sure Kane made it all? Like, from my understanding, from the interpretations, Kane wasn't even the main AI. Apparently he subsumed the better one. The quote-unquote better one. Okay, I'm gonna return. Because of the background distinguishing it, I thought that was part of the background. Oh, okay. I can't escape from this place, please. Here's the thing, I'm not sure if it's Bubble, but Scratch was the main designer. Keep going right at that part. I was going back there because I thought I needed the key in order for a funny secret. And I'll just keep going right. To be fair, I'm also getting a bit tired, so... In terms of level designs, this has the most... This actually has the most involved level... One of the most involved level design of all the levels I covered today. So, fair enough, but... And the way it is right now, despite some issues, this is currently my favorite level. Unfortunately, this is one of those weeks where none of the levels really tickled my fancy. Other than this one, I'm afraid. It happens. I've been doing this for 800 plus episodes. The well was gonna dry up event. I've seen most of it by now. I don't think Bubble's the AI in control. If anything, I think they may be a virus or something. Or some sort of creature or whatever that came about later. Okay, round 2. Oh no, I realized the problem. Good thing I have 3 tanks to back myself up. That's it. Get squished, Get squished, Crash. I do wish it... Keep flipping, Gravity Man. I do wish it was made a bit more obvious earlier that jumping swaps those blocks, as initially I thought it was on some sort of weird timer. Not a bad time. One of my friend's friends never watched it either. Didn't get the time to. It's fine. I do like theorizing, speculating. Yeah, most of the system's design was done by scratch, and then they uploaded themselves to save themselves due to the brain tumor. And Kinger was one of the developers, and Kinger was one of the developers from CNA who helped make Kane, as well as a subsequent AI which Kane is implied to have consumed. But most of the system's work in regards to the circuits and the underlying computers, that was done by the genius known as Scratch. Unfortunately, they were kind of incomprehensible to the rest of the development team. They were brilliant, but thank you for this level, Sunflora. I missed out on a lot of the extra weapon stuff, but overall, it's my favorite level, namely as it pushes its gimmicks enough and it has a sufficient difficulty curve, although some places could do better with direction and background-foreground distinguishing. Nah, you're still comprehensible, Buster. Up is It's a Boss Rush by Popcorn Master 42. Okay. Based on your taste, I don't think you'd like it anyways. Oh look, we can actually move here. Ow. I got tackled. Well, at least the boss arenas are different. I was expecting Ringman, but this is better. Ow. Aha, you'll never reach it. I don't want to jump that high. No Buster Rider, so... Oh no. That's the unique boss arena and the ice will never melt. Oh gosh. I mean, it's basically a square, but the two ledges here really makes it a lot more manageable. It's also very stark. Ah, this is the most basic arena by far. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, this is bad. Huh? Why did it... Okay, it didn't reset, thank goodness. I still have the keys. I didn't watch ASDF Movie 16, so I can't really remark that. Oh gosh, okay, I'm not destroying that in time. Well, at least the hills are very short. Ow. You have one final hit on me. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh, oh gosh. He can now pull me into him. Not too bad though. I don't know. I guess Poland stuff. I mean, there is speculations that the digital circus is connected in some ways to the greater internet, Sylv. Hey, Nuclear. Hey, WR5DM. Yeah. Bones. I do wish I had charge shots or double damage, but fair. Let's also be careful what you wish for. I may get charge shot, but then I'll get Proto Man with double damage. Oh. Yeah, for some reason the iframes work perfectly here after teleporting out. Something went wrong with that stage. See? Ah, I thought he was gonna do a long hop. I mean, I don't think there was an exit from the digital circus anyways, because from what I understand, from at least what me and my friends are speculating and a bunch of other people, all the characters we're seeing here, the human players, the human characters, they're all neural scans. The moment they entered the circus, they were copies of their meat space cells. So unless they can somehow get robotic bodies, they're not getting out. And part of the ending is going to be... like, I honestly feel that this is going to be a bittersweet ending. But Gooseworks already said that anyways. Somewhere in Tumblr. I have an E-Tank, I know. I'm saving it because I don't know how difficult the final boss encounter is going to be. Could have been bad. Yes, now we wait for the Legends Legacy Collection. And I guess the Mega Man World Legacy Collection, but that can be DLC. So, Jedok, honestly, the best ending point for his Toy Story was 3. I'm gonna still go by that. I'm gonna still go by my, well, maybe it's a cold take or lukewarm take that if we were gonna have a Toy Story 4, it should have moved on to a different set of toys, a new set of toys for a new generation. That way you can keep the whole backstory, lore, and world building of Toy Story, but move on to a fresh new set of characters. The story of Woody, Buzz, Rex and the rest of the gang is pretty much complete with the end of tree. Let's move on to a fresh set of characters from 4 and onwards. That's what I would do. You can still have shorts revisiting them though. I don't think it's going to affect it that much at Jedok. The release of Toy Story 5 at about the same time as a Digital Circus final episode. There's enough space for both of them, and Digital Circus is distinct enough anyways with its own carved audience. And besides, there's a weekend too. Yeah, that's the thing, Buster. I'm thinking from the perspective of how can we continue the universe to earn more profit while still respecting the old stories. Unfortunately, they're going from the perspective of how much moolah can we milk out of this. It's not gonna flop. I'm not gonna hope because it's pretty much guaranteed it's gonna be a massive success. Also because it looks more interesting than 4, but that's all I'll say. Well, the only time Disney learns is for very big backlashes, and there isn't one for Toy Story, I'm afraid. Again, if you actually want to see changes, support indie creators like Glitch Productions with Digital Circus. It's with them you'll actually see different stuff or pushing the board. And you won't see the series get milked on for season after season. What? Am I missing something? I want to reiterate, if you want to see changes to the industry, support smaller creators. This is one of the many reasons why I heavily focus on covering indie titles on this channel. Oh, there's one left. They could really do with the increased number of advertising and sales. More so than the quote-unquote AAA studios. And yes, I know I tend to be on the nicer side. Fight me on that. Let me down, let me down. Well, GG. Right where credits due, at least half the boss arenas were different. It's just, not having a charge shot did slow down the battle, I'm afraid. Even if the charge shot would only deal 2 damage, maybe. Yeah, we preferred of Star Command. That's the better Buzz movie. Come on, Disney, put Buzz Lightyear Star Command on Disney Plus, please. Like you put other classic series, put them there. This is also why I somewhat keep an eye on a bunch of fan creators, because many of them have moved on to making official projects, official indie creations, and then on. That's why I have a spreadsheet capturing a lot of things. That's why I have a spreadsheet tracking a bunch of indie games that are interesting looking. Watch out! I know this is gonna be basic, but I'm curious. Ninth up is Weapons Tutorial, How to Use Thunder Beam by Gaia Sukun. 90th place, score 44, and my apologies for horribly mispronouncing your name. Hello, Bonkei. I don't know what you're talking about, but sure. I mean, it is important to tell players that this one-shots the octopus batteries and destroys spines. One of the few weapons that can do so. And can destroy these blocks. And can act like a magnet. This is basically like an extended weapon get screen. Not a bad thing, but it could be a bit more compressed. Oh look! The one jump where you can potentially perish. I mean, being a bit fetishious here. Fetishous here. Not quite my thing, but it's a basic tutorial, so yeah. I've done a lot of rock and roll. Let's end with player 77. So the 10th and final level of the stream is Quick Space Observatory by player 77, 85 plays, score 29. Only blue weapons. Color me surprised. No, I'm not doing Proto Man, I'm not breaking that. And besides, Mega Man has the charge shot. Oh yeah, blue versus red. Space! It's another week of levels which are, on average, kind of a step down from last week. Outside of, 3 of them, I guess. Ow. Wait, how many of them are there? Oh, we kept impacting. Hello, Quick Man in Space. Suddenly Hard Man? Underwater? What? Based on the music. It's kind of funny how we ended up with 2 boss rush stages this week, and both of them are not trivial. Okay, Bonkei, can you please actually participate in chat instead of posting random music tracks? If you do it again, I'm going to put you on timeout. This is your last warning, Bonkei. Any more song titles and you're getting timed out for the rest of the stream. And we're out. Don't remind myself, I'm a bit ticked off of what happened with a certain channel I follow. Or should I say, peeved. Okay, weaknesses. I mean, this is okay. I wish the level took its mechanics further, but compared to a lot of other levels on the queue, It's fine. Which is kind of a sad state of affairs when you describe when these are the most popular things. When I say fine, it's like okay. More difficult side of Rompy, but at least it has some teeth to it. Which is to say, most levels on the popular queue don't really have. Many which don't. Unfortunately, it's not just the CEO's decision, it's also the higher-ups, management, marketing. Regardless, though, the end result is... Alright then, Bonkei. You're getting put on timeout for 24 hours. If you keep posting just random song titles and requests in chat, you will be removed from the channel for at least a month. Maybe you can replace the YouTube CEO with a robot, and maybe they'll actually have better results. Or worse. I mean, still, my statement applies to a lot of channels for different people, but for me in particular, there's some channels I follow, one of which is much more dependent on the revenue, and they got demonetized, so yeah. Specifically for big companies, the upper management. Anyways, of the 10 levels I covered in today's morning stream, my favorite one would be Connect Tower by Sunflower Azumarill. Unfortunately, no really honorable mentions because nothing stood out enough to me, sorry. Closest one would have been Buster's level or Jetox level, but Buster's is incomplete and Jetox is, didn't quite tickle my fancy enough. So with that out of the way, it's time for the art showcase. I just want to clarify that my point about being miffed at channels getting demonetized. I wanted to refer to a few ones in particular because I followed them, but for many people here, they have experience. Vivo, if you're a bot, if you're also an alt account, I'm going to remove you. Yeah, I noticed you've also been posting video requests. You're getting put on timeout as well. Second broken apart by Dark Eye reawakened. Oh look, Emerald. It's in my head. Get out of my head! Whoa, did you actually draw this piece, Buster? If that's the case, that is actually... This pixel art is a lot better than what I would expect from you. Impressive. I mean, it could have surely had more detail, sure, but... At least with the dynamicness in the visuals and having the lighting be reflected by the fire, flames. Pretty darn good. As a matter of fact, that would actually be my favorite one to showcase this one. It's by Applist. I thought it was by you. Yeah, if you post something by a different artist, please make sure to credit them. Okay, move to what I apply all my compliments to Applist. Because this is smoking. Alrighty then, this concludes the art showcase and subsequently the stream. Thank you to everyone who either submitted their level, submitted their art, or simply participated in chat. It's thanks to your continued support why I continue to produce new content for the channel. It's really appreciated. So, if you're enjoying this or any other video or stream on the channels, please rate, comment, favorite, and or subscribe, as they all help them out. And don't forget to follow me on Blue Sky and Mastodon as well as my Discord server, as I regularly post updates there. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow for Demon Time.